Folks, if I had an animated GIF of a roller coaster right now, I'd put that on loop and I wouldn't even have to say anything, because that's what we're experiencing as Cowboys fans right now. This is KD Drummond of bloggingtheboys.com and SBN Blogging the Boys, and I'm here to break down for you the Cowboys' 30-21 loss at the hands of the San Diego Chargers. The Cowboys went out to the West Coast today. They were supposed to be getting on the right track. They were supposed to be building momentum off of what they did last week against the St. Louis Rams, and it all came to a crashing halt. This was a very hard game for us to stomach on the hands that this was a team that all things appeared that we should really be dominating. We should have gone out there and gotten a win. It's always tough to win on the road. There's no question about that. But the Cowboys actually should have, based on what we've seen as they've been coming together, had a victory. Now, what happened was they came out slowly. The offense wasn't able to do anything. They were able to get yards running the ball, but they refused to keep giving the rock to DeMarco Murray like they did last week. Instead, the Cowboys' offensive line was unable to withstand the pressure that the Chargers were giving them, which is strange because outside of Dwight Freeney, the Chargers really don't get pressure. An issue along that line, though, is that Jason Garrett's offenses have always seemed to have a problem facing against a 3-4 defense, and it came to fruition again today. Now, they did fall behind 7-0 early. Danny Woodhead had a nice, beautiful pass from Phillip Rivers. He got behind Bruce Carter to give the Chargers a 7-0 lead, but the Cowboys were able to overcome that. They were actually able to get momentum on their side in the second quarter, raced out to a 21-10 lead behind 2 touchdowns to Dez Bryant, who was spectacular again whenever they did have a chance to use him. And then they also got a defensive pick six, something that we've kind of gotten accustomed to for the season, at the hands of Sean Lee after Jason Hatcher had great pressure. Now, I'm going to break this down very quickly for you because these were pretty much the only 2 good things that happened during the game. The Cowboys offense only scored 14 points, and they really wasted some opportunities, I guess is the best way to say it, by not capitalizing on the run, and then a questionable decision by Jason Garrett to kick a field goal, a long 56-yarder that was missed, and it turned around and gave the Chargers 3 points, 3 easy points soon after that. But the main issue, though, was Dallas's defense unable to basically change what had happened against the Giants game. For the all week, I've been talking about the fact that the Dallas defense hasn't been tested by a vertical passing game. And make no mistake about it, the Chargers have a great offense. Phillip Rivers is doing a lot more dink and dunk, a lot more short stuff that's allowing him to execute to a high level to the tune of 400 yards and 3 touchdowns for the game. The Cowboys refused to get out of the zone. Bruce Carter was beat again by Danny Woodhead on a second touchdown. And then when they finally got out of the deep zone, they were burned by Antonio Gates getting behind Sean Lee for a 56-yard game-clinching interception. Again, it's very frustrating out of what's going on because the Cowboys are on this roller coaster, 21-21 since Garrett started off his career with a 2-game winning streak taken over for Wade Phillips. They've been 500 ever since then, and it's very frustrating, especially knowing what's coming up down the horizon. Next week, the Denver Broncos invade AT&T Stadium. I don't care what the record was when it was Cowboys Stadium. The Cowboys are 2-0 in AT&T Stadium. So hopefully they'll be able to turn it around. They have had some success against Peyton Manning in the past, so hopefully that carries over, but it's going to be a tough thing. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not one of these people that's talking about, oh, they're 2-2, so this means that we're going to be 8-8 for the entire series, for the entire season. You can miss me with that. They've played 4 games. They have 12 games to go, and we actually have no idea what's going to happen for the rest of the games. Obviously, it's frustrating to go through this as a fan. I hope the players are frustrated, but we have to see some sort of improvement. Now, on the side of it's not an excuse, maybe more so an explanation. We have heard from most sources that it takes about 1.5 years for a team to really learn a new defense, and the Cowboys are in one, shifting from a 3-4 to the 4-3. So I think that can help explain some of the issues that the linebackers are having with their zone coverage, because they look lost out there, and it's happened all season. Sean Lee and Bruce Carter have not been good in pass defense, and it reared its head again today. 3 touchdowns at the hands of the linebackers, who are supposed to be some of the best players on the team. And we know they are. Sean Lee had an incredible game outside of that pass. He was all over the place getting tackles, but that was the one that really hurt. Bruce Carter is having a little bit of trouble with his recognition. The question is how soon they can get this fixed. A lot of things to complain about. Dallas lost George Selby for a little bit. Ware was in and out with an injury. The Dallas defensive line is depleted. They lost Miles Austin early in the game. Terrence Williams and Dwayne Harris had drops. You can see they're not ready to take on the full-time status as being a number 2 receiver. Miss me with all of that trade Miles Austin crap. We won't even get into the salary cap implications and the fact that they need to wait until next year to do that. But regardless, we need him back. Hopefully his hamstrings will heal up. So all in all, very disappointing day. I'll be back later on in the week with a lot more of a breakdown for you guys. But for right now, I just kind of had to get on the soapbox and vent a little bit. Cowboys fall to the Chargers 30-21. It is what it is. Sorry, I wish this could be on better terms, but salute.